करेंगे तभी तो आगे बढ़ेंगे भाई।
भाई अफसोस तो है कि हम लोग इतनी नहीं कर पा रहे हैं जितनी आप कर रहे हैं।
इंशाल्लाह नहीं, आप
तो
भी
अल्लाह ताला
कीजिएगा
हमें तौफीक
इंशाल्लाह।
अता फरमाए।
आमीन आमीन
आमीन।
इंशाल्लाह। ओके, ये सही है। मैं जरा ये शेयर कर लूँ ग्रुप में, ताकि जो लोग नहीं आते क्लास में वो देख लेते हैं उसके ऊपर ना,
भी
यूट्यूब
जरा
के
फैन
ऊपर।
बंद कर दूं, शोर कर रहा है।
ओके जनाब। आपको स्क्रीन दिख रही है अब?
जी बिल्कुल।
ओके। एक सेकंड और दीजिएगा मुझे।
बिल्कुल।
ओके जी। नहमदुहु व नुसल्ली अला रसूलिहिल करीम, अम्मा बाद, अऊज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम, बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम। क़ाल अल्लाहु तआला, इन्ना हुदल्लाहि हुवल हुदा, व क़ाल रसूलुल्लाहि सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम, खैरुकुम मन तअल्लमल क़ुरआन व अल्लमा। रब्बि इश्रह ली सदरी व यस्सिर ली अमरी वहलुल उक़्दतम मिन लिसानी यफ़क़हू क़ौली। अल्लाहुम्मा अरहिमना बिल क़ुरआनिल अज़ीम वजअलहु ली इमामन व नूरन व हुदन व रहमा वजअलहु ली हुज्जतन या रब्बिल आलमीन। रब्बि यस्सिर वला तुअस्सिर वतम्मिम बिल खैर। आमीन सुम्मा आमीन। अस्सलामु अलैकुम व रहमतुल्लाहि व बरकातुहू एवरीवन।
वालेकुम सलाम।
वालेकुम अस्सलाम व रहमतुल्लाहि
वालेकुम
व
अस्सलाम
बरकातुहू।
वरहमतुल्लाह।
So alhamdulillah, once again with the extreme mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we are gathered here, and inshallah we are going to continue our class. And today is session number 9, so we are pretty much at the second last session of the class. But I realize that the material we have is still a lot. Even today I have so much information, so needed be, keep in mind that let me know if you're okay with, if you have to extend one more session, maybe go to session number 11. Yeah, so if that happens, then we agree, then we can have a little bit more time to study this. Okay, so how do we feel about that if we have to do one more session, one extra session?
So, yeah, that will be okay.
Inshallah.
Yeah, we are good.
Okay, just very good, mashallah.
इंशाल्लाह नो
Okay,
प्रॉब्लम।
inshallah, very good. That's the spirit, for learning. We should be always happy. Okay, so what we're learning now, or we have been learning from the last 10 weeks, is we are learning the regular verbs versus the weak verbs, right? And the definition is in the root letters of the words. So when we look at the root letters, if we find the hamza somewhere in the root letters, we call it mahmuz. When there are similar root, there are double root letters, then we call them muda'af. And then we have weak letters in the root letters like waw and ya. Then we call them in 3 different categories, actually 4. We call them mithal, ajwaf, nakis, and then we call them lafif. Okay. And then we have lafif makroon and lafif mafrook. Then based on waw, we have Mithal Wawi, and based on ya, we have Mithal Yai. Okay. So we, alhamdulillah, we know this information quite a bit now because we have been repeating it so many times. And then the rules we apply on mahmuz are known as rule of takhfif. The rule of idgham is done on muda'af. And when you think of idgham, think of the tashdid, the shadda, the doubling, the W sign. And on the mu'tal, we have the signs of ta'lil. Okay. All right. So then we have come up all the way to ajwaf now. Basically, when I say ajwaf, we are at this level here. So we have done these, we have done these, we have done this. Now we are in almost the session number 3 on this. We are taking our time. Today is technically, we should have been on Nakis, but we still have a lot of ajwaf to understand. So today, if we can get this done, then in session number 10 and 11, we can deal with Nakis and Lafif, and then inshallah, we'll be in good shape. Okay. So sounds like a plan. Okay. So when we think about ajwaf, we think about 2 things. We are either looking for waw or ya, and we are focusing on the ain kalima. Okay. So if these are the root letters, qaf, waw, and lam, where is waw? In the middle, in the ain kalima. And in the second example, if you have ba, ya, ain, where is the ya? In the ain kalima position. Are we clear on this?
Yes.
Right? This is the ain kalima. So that tells us that we are dealing with ajwaf. And what is the English name for ajwaf? Hollow verbs.
Hello.
Right? Hollow. That means they're empty, or they're empty from inside. Okay. Then we realize that ajwaf wawi is mostly used in 2 abwabs, nasara and samia. Now, what kind of babs are these? These are the salasi mujarrad babs. Yes. Let me quickly take a look. Okay. The ajwaf yai is mostly used in 2 abwab, daraba and samia. So the samia is common in both of them, but wawi is nasara and yai is daraba. Yeah, like mostly used. That doesn't mean that yai cannot come in nasara, but mostly whenever the ajwaf yai situation comes, you will most likely be looking at the daraba situation and samia situation. Okay. So we looked at rule number 1, and I think today, inshallah, we'll try to master them so that these rules are, understood very well. So we can have, because since we are dealing with the ajwaf, so our focus is on waw or ya, and these 3 harakas means that the waw or ya is mutaharrik. Mutaharrik is when a letter has haraka. How many harakas we have in Arabic? We have the dhamma, we have the fatha, we have the kasra. So is looking at waw, can you say this is mutaharrik? Yes. And is it harf? Yes. Is it a weak harf? Yes. So the weak for Arabic, the weak is illa. Yeah. Brother Mujib, I think I forgot to make you the co-host. Let me see.
No, I think you made it.
No, now I just did. I just made it right now. Okay. All right. So is ya mutaharrik? Yes. Why? Because there could be dhamma or fatha or kasra. If any of these harakas comes on ya, and while ya is in the ain position and we're dealing with ajwa, then we are saying this huruf illa is mutaharrik. Now, do we need the lam kalima here and the fa kalima here? If this is the ain kalima, do we also need the fa and the lam?
Yeah.
Yes. So the lam is ma ba'd, yani ma is afterwards. Is ma after?
Yes.
Yeah.
The lam is after. And what about fa? Is it before?
Before.
Ma khabar.
Okay. So then we have something called ma qabal, right? So if the ma qabal has fatha, meaning if on the fa position we have fatha and we have harfe illa mutaharrik, then what happens? Because of fatha, we make it alif. Because which letter correspond with fatha?
Alif.
Alif. Okay. So is this rule understood that when I'm showing you like this, what I meant to say that, okay, hey, the fa kalima, which is ma qabal, has fatha. The ain kalima, because of ajwaf, either waw or ya, is mutaharrik. Then the end result is this weak letter will change into alif. Isn't that what we are saying?
Yeah.
Is this the fa kalima?
Yeah.
And is this the ain kalima?
Yeah.
Right. In the ain kalima, before we had waw or ya mutaharrik. But because of this rule number 1, this waw and ya will change into
Alif.
alif. That is the rule. Okay. So now when you take a look at the example, if we have qaf, waw, and lam, and it comes from Bab Nasara. Okay. If you think about Bab Nasara, you have to think Nasara yansuru. Yes. Because the moment I say Nasara, what are the two things I'm interested in? I am interested in the first siga of Madi and the first siga of Mudare.
Yeah.
The first siga of Madi will be Nasara. Yes.
Yeah.
And the Mudare will be Yansuru. But I'm
Yansuru.
not interested in Yansuru right now. So I'm going to take Qaf, Waw, and Lam. This Qaf will go in the place of Noon. This Waw will go in the place of Sad. And this Lam will go in the place of Ra.
Ra.
Then it will become Qawala. How many people can understand this part? A quick show of hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. It's easy.
Okay. Because everybody needs to be on the same page. If somebody doesn't get past this point, then they would not understand what happened. Because this is the key point where you need to know that what is the deal with Nasara, why we are saying this is Noon, and why we are saying that okay, the root letters are Qaf, Waw, and Lam. Yes. Because this is the important thing, and it started from module 1. If module 1 was not understood and somebody is still struggling with module 1, obviously they're not going to have understanding at this point like what's going on. Yeah. So this has to be very, very easy right now, that why this noon made qaf, waw, and lam into qawala. Okay. Now before I go into the rule, what did we talk about? Rule number 1. Rule number 1 is ajwa. So where is my focus? On ain kalima.
Yeah.
Is ain kalima mutaharrik?
Yes.
In this situation, do I have a fatha on the waw?
Yes.
Yes. Lam, in rule number 1, I'm not interested in the lam position. Which position I'm interested in? The ma qabal one. The ma qabal one. Because ain is our weak letter. But the rule number 1 says the ma qabal has to have fatha on it. If the ma qabal, the fa kalima has fatha, then this waw will change into alif. Did you see what happened here?
Yes.
Brother Abid,
Ji bhai.
the kalima, which is harak. So it could be any haraka on that.
No, rule number 1 was only talking about fatha.
No, but fatha is on makabal we are talking about.
Yeah. If on the ain kalima, any haraka, yes, no problem.
Thank you.
Because it's gonna get dropped anyways. Yeah. Okay. Good question. Okay, now same example. Is this Ajwaf Wawi? Because we're dealing with Waw in the Ain Kalima.
Yes.
Okay. Then Ba Ya Ain. And is also, this comes from Bab Daraba. Okay. Now remember we said Ajwaf Wawi is normally or most of the time comes with Bab Nasara. Yes. And Bab, the Ajwaf Ya'i comes with Bab Daraba. Okay. So if you know Daraba, it will be, the Madi will be Daraba. Now if you put the Ba Ya Ain into Daraba, it will become Ba Ya A. Agree? Okay. So now let's look at it before I show you the answer. Ya is my Ajwaf, Ain Kalima. Yes. Is
Yeah.
my Ain Kalima Mutaharrik?
Yes.
Yes. Is the Ma Qabal has Fatha?
Yes.
So the rule number one situation is meeting. So then what happens? Ba'a. The Ya is going to drop and it will change into, actually not drop, but it will change into Ya.
Alif.
The Ya will change into Alif because of the Fatha on the Ma Qabal. Okay. Now, quick show of hand that you guys are with me on this. Everybody's on with me, not just few people, everybody. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So the next one is, now this was the heavy kaf. This is the light one, and Waw and Noon. So it also comes from Bab Nasara. So you see, this is Ajwaf Wawi again. Ajwaf Wawi is mostly coming with Bab Nasara. So then it will become, again, we will take Nasara as our starting pattern and it will change into Kawana. Is this, when you put as is Kaf, Waw and Noon into Nasara, is it going to become Kawana?
Yeah.
Okay, now we're going to put our, thinking hat.
Alif.
And we'll say that Waw is the Ajwaf Wawi and it is Mutaharrik. Okay, because look, I'm thinking in terms of the rule and I'm trying to memorize the rule when I'm doing these exercises. Ma Qabal is Fatha. The haraka on Ma Qabal is Fatha. The haraka on Ajwaf is there. So we know that when there is a Fatha before the Ajwaf, then we changed, based on the Fatha, we change into Alif and it becomes Kana. Now remember, in the Quran, the word Qala and Kana is very, very frequent. Yes?
Yeah.
Qala everywhere. And then we need to know the 14 different variations of Qala in Madi. And then we need to know the 14 variations of Qala in Mudare. Qala Yaqulu. Qalat. Qalata. Kulna. Right? Kulu. Kultum. Kulti. Kultu. Kulna. Where are these coming from? Those 14 variations. And depending on who's saying, we need to know the third siga, third person, second person, first person. Yeah. Same thing with kana. Kana yakunu. Kana madi, yakunu mudare. Kana kanu. Kanat kanata kunna. Right? So then again, those 14 variations, if you start paying attention, just if you can just focus on qala and kana and you memorize the 14 variations of Madi and Mudare, inshallah, the Quran will start to make more sense to you. Right? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and then kha, waw, and fa. So which one is it? Ajwaf wawi or yai?
Wow. Why?
Wawi. Okay. So then we have seen. Now is Ajwaf Wawi mostly come with Nasara and Samia, the rule number one. We looked at the slide number one where we said that Wawi is mostly with Noon and Seen, Nasara and Samia. Yes. Bab, the Ajwaf Yai is mostly with Daraba and Samia. So in this case, is this is going to become khawifa. When you put kha, waw, and fa into samia, it will become khawifa. Yes.
Yeah.
Now, even saying khawifa is hard, right?
Yeah.
So we look at the rule. I'm going to focus on my ajwaf. My ajwaf wawi is mutaharrik. Okay. And ma qabal has fatha on it. So my rule number 1 becomes applicable. This waw will change into alif because of the fatha before on the ma qabal. So it become khafa. Yes. So if you are looking in the Quran, kawala, baya'a, kawana, khawifa, you will not find them because these are the asli, the real words. They're supposed to be like this. But because of the rule number 1 of ajwaf, they change into qala, ba'a, kana, khafa. Okay. So
Yeah.
go ahead. I need to see some hands. Brother Taj, now I would say that let other people participate, inshallah.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay. So this is ajwaf wawi mutaharrik, huruf illa mutaharrik, ma qabal is fatha, and that makes it change into alif. Now, is this rule, after going through this very detailed explanation and example, and if you're not paying, you're putting too much pressure on your head and you're just taking it, on a face value, do you think this is a hard rule to remember?
No.
No, it's pretty simple, right? So just do enough, and if you have this sheet somewhere with you, and your intention is that, okay, this week when I'm reading Quran, I am going to look for rule number 1 of ajwab, and then try to identify how many words you can find of ajwaf in the Quran. Yeah, will that be a good exercise? So 1 week for mahmuz, 1 week for muda'af, 1 week for mithal, 1 week for ajwaf, and vice versa. So then after 1 week of really focusing on one kind of categories in the Quran, directly from the Quran, and how do you do it from the Quran? I have given you this tool. Yeah. So for example, you are here, and because of this, the important thing is you can see everything in front of you, every ayah you're looking at, right? So look, this word here, yakulu, right? Now this is my yakulu because of tajweed, but the word is yakulu. When you click on this word yakulu, what do you see? You see here qaf, waw, and lam. Did we just look at qaf, waw, and lam? Yes, we did. Now, in this one, does it say it's going to come from Bab Nasara? Yes. What did we say? Qawala or Bab Nasara right here. Okay. Then we know that when we are dealing with Nasara, the Madi will be Qala and Mudare will be Yakulu. But this is the changed form already. They had applied the rule already. But actually, it is Qala, Yakulu, and these are again Qala because we have applied this rule. That's why this Qawala become Qala. Now you need to understand that why is Qala and not Yakulu. So then you have a piece of paper, you write down the information like this. You say, okay, Nasara mean Nasara. Let me put Qaf, Waw, and Lam in Nasara. It will become Qawala. Oh, why is it Qawala? I am seeing Kala because this is Mutaharrik and Ma Qabal is Fatha. So this Waw will change into Alif, and that is why I get Qala. Brother Mujib, you have a question?
Actually, Sister Ghazala has a question. What is mutaharrik? So she's asking.
Okay, Sister Ghazala. Mutaharrik means something with harakat. If somebody is sitting without moving, we tell them that this is no harakat. There is no movement. But when there is a movement, and in Arabic terms, when a letter, like for example, this letter lam here has this fatha on it, and this fatha is known as haraka in Arabic. Haraka means there is a vowel sign here. This vowel sign, when it comes on the letter, then this letter is known as mutaharrik. That this letter will have movement. There will be some change in this because of this fatha. So lam will be lam zabar la. Lam, Zer, Li. Lam, Pesh, Lu. Right? So this haraka is making it change, making it move. When there is this sakina sign, this little sukun sign, then the waw has no movement. So the waw is not mutaharrik in this yakulu. Is that clear, Sister Ghazala?
Yes, Jazakallah khair.
Yeah. Okay. So based on this information, again, look now, this word is gonna come later on in our lesson today. Qailun. Okay. The actual word is fa'il. Okay. So this should be ain. This should be ain. But it is not ain, it is hamza. Qailun. And this is makulun. And it is supposed to be makulun. So try to focus on this. And inshallah, I'll show you the examples a little bit later. So this tool can help you, inshallah, look into these things. If you are, you're giving 1 week for certain understanding, you just give 1 week for one thing and try to focus in the Quran and say, okay, where is it coming from? Now look at this word, kanu. What is this? Yakulu, mudare, because of the ya. Kanu, madi. Qalu, madi. Kanu, siga number 3. Qalu, siga number 3. Qalu, siga number 3. But over here we have qila. This is also part of the same rule. Because there is the ya here, this is ajwaf, right? Similarly, you can see qalu again, qalu. How many times you see the word qalu in this one page? You see? So if you understand the dealing with qalu, before I go to qalu, let me go back to kanu. Is this kaf, waw, noon? Yes.
It's kawana.
Is it kaf, waw, noon? Yes. Is it from Bab Nasara? Yes. Then what is going on? Kana, where is the alif coming from? It's supposed to be waw, because this waw, I don't see it in kana. Do you guys see the waw in kana?
No.
No. Is this ajwaf? Is this ajwaf wawi?
Yes, Sajwa.
Yes. And is it mutaharrik? Yes, it was kawana. Is the ma qabal has fatha? Yes. Then the waw will change into alif. That is why you don't see kawana, you see kana. And the mudare will be yakunu. Amr will be kun. Now when you read Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, when he wants to do something, he said kun fayakun.
Kun fayak.
Hoja wo ho jati hai. Be happen and it happens, right? So look again, it is not ka in with the ain, it is with the hamza. And inshallah, the rule I'll be explaining it to you later. Now with this little demonstration, are you able to understand this better?
Alhamdulillah.
And you know how these tools we have, they can play a big role in your understanding, and you can visually see things in the Quran, and every verse is at your disposal, inshallah. Okay. All right. So before I move on, let me have a quick test, because I want to understand what people understood. Okay. So Sister Asiya, Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam wa barakatuh.
In your own words, explain to me, what do you understand from rule number 1?
So if we have the first letter Malkaba has a fatha, and then the middle word the hollow waw or ya has haraka, then change the weak letter into alif, and then we'll
Mashallah.
the fatha.
Good job. Very good job. Okay. All right. That's very good. Brother Imran Subhani, please explain to me, Walaikum Assalam, what do you understand from rule number 1?
So rule number 1 say कि अगर I mean the middle letter is a weak letter like wow or ya, and it has harka,
Okay.
and the first letter that means fa position, it has fatha on it. Then we will remove the middle letter and make it to alif,
Very
so
good.
it will be kala.
Very good. But why are you focused on the middle letter, Brother Imran?
Because this is a weak letter, if it is wow or ja, so
Okay, the
we have
answer
to
is
keep
because you're dealing with ajwaf.
ajwaf, yeah.
Because your focus is on ajwaf. Because right now, what are we trying to focus? Because when you're reading Quran, you're not thinking about ajwaf, misal, and all those things. But right now, since we are learning the Arabic grammar, the Quranic grammar, we want to know that why are we looking at the ain kalima? Because we're dealing with ajwaf right now.
Ajwaf, yeah,
And
hello.
a session or two sessions before, we were dealing with mithal. In
Yeah.
mithal, our focus was on the fa kalima,
Fa kalma.
right? Because mithal is when the weak letter is in the fa position.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a very important detail. And what else we learned? Which babs, Mithal, Wawi are mostly coming from?
Bab Nasra and Bab Zarba.
No. Bab
Musal
Nasra is
Wawi.
correct.
Yeah, Musal Wawi is Bab Nasra and Yai Bab Zarba
Okay.
and also Bab Samia for Misal Wawi.
Yes, both of them.
Both of them.
Bab Samia is common with both of them, but they are Ajwaf Wawi is mostly from Nasara and Ajwaf Yai is mostly from Daraba.
Zarba. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. One more person and then we can move on. Sister Anjum, could you
Yes.
please explain to me in your own words, what do you understood so far for rule number 1? Go ahead. Sister Anjum, are you talking?
Can you hear me now? Sorry.
No, I can hear you now. Yes,
Sorry.
yes, I can hear you now.
So, in case of weak letters, wow or ya, so if it is the markable, it has fatha on that one.
Very good.
Then the wawi or yayi will change into alif.
Very good.
So kana especially, I worked on that kana, so it makes me to understand many other things.
Okay, mashallah. Very good.
Thank you.
So at this point, can we move on to the next rule or should I ask other people also that do they understand? If one of you or some of you do not understand, you can raise hand. You can say, Brother Abid, I'm still confused. Please, can you explain me one more time? Because look, I want everybody to go along. I don't want to leave anybody behind. Yes?
Alhamdulillah, yes.
Okay, good. Okay. So I'm going to take that as a yes. And now let's go to rule number 2. In rule number 2, the first condition is still the same. The ajwaf, wawi or ya is mutaharrik, but ma qabal is sakin. Ma qabal is sakin. Then what happens? The waw and ya will replaced, but depending on the haraka of the ma qabal. But in this case, we are first going to give the haraka of the ajwaf, wawi or yai to ma qabal. And then based on that haraka, we'll replace the waw and ya with that letter. What does that mean? So the weak letter will transfer its haraka to ma qabal. Yeah? Ma qabal is fa kalima. This is ain kalima. And we're not worrying about lam kalima in this, the rule number 2. So then what will happen? If the ma qabal has, if the fa position has dhamma, then it will be waw. If the ma qabal has kasra, then it will be ya. And then if it is fatha, it will be alif. Now, when it's fatha and alif, is this rule number 1?
Yes.
Fatha and changing into alif is rule number 1. Now we have to look at waw and ya, but the condition is the ma qabal is sakin. Now, in rule number 1, we were dealing with the madi pattern because it was fitting our situation. In rule number 2, we'll be looking at the Mudare pattern because in the Mudare pattern, the ma qabal fa is normally sukoon. For example, I show you. Same example, Kawala from Bab Nasara. Is this time I'm interested in Madi or Mudare?
Mudare.
Mudare. Yes. Now look at the noon. Is the fa kalima?
Yeah.
Yes. And the sad is the ain? Yes. And the ya is the alamat mudare. So let's put this as is into yansuru, it will become yakwulu. Is it becoming yakwulu?
Yeah.
Okay. Is this qaf, is my fa position, is this markable? Yes. This is markable.
Yes.
And this is my ajwaf, right? Is my ajwaf mutaharrik? Yes. Is the markable sakin?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So I am going to change, I'm going to give the haraka of the waw to fa kalima. Then it will become yakulu. You see what happened? The haraka was changed, given to markable. But what is the haraka? Dhamma. Then what weak letter is supposed to come after dhamma? Is it waw?
Yes.
Do we
Yes.
already have the waw here?
Yeah.
In this situation, the waw was already there.
Yes.
So we
Yeah.
don't have to worry about anything because the dhamma corresponds with waw. So yakwulu change into yakulu. How many people understand this one line? Because if you don't understand this, there is no fun going forward.
So,
And
Brother Abid,
yes, Sister
it
Anju.
is if it is Dhamma on ayn kalima,
Yeah.
then it will become Yaqulu. If there is Fatha on ayn kalima, then it will not become Yaqulu, right?
No, you're right. So whatever the haraka of on the ajwaf, whether if it's dhamma, kasra or fatha, that haraka will be transferred over to makabal. And we
Okay.
will see example. You will see exactly in a minute. You will see that this will happen. Look, ba ya ain. This is ajwaf ya'i. Yes, it's gonna come from Bab Daraba. And since I'm looking for the sakin situation, it's gonna be the Mudare version. Yadribu. Daraba yadribu. Mudare is yadribu. So here is my fa position. This is my ain position. This is my lam position. This ya is alamat mudare to tell me we are dealing with the third person. So do not confuse this as part of the root letters. The root letters are dad, ra, and ba. Now we have to substitute ba, ya, ain into this. It will become bay, yi, u. Bay, yi, u. Yes? Because I simply substituted ba in the position of dal or dad, ya into the position of ra, and ain into the position of ba. Okay? Then it will become yab, is yab, yi, u. Yab, yi, u. Now what happens? Is there a sakina here?
Yeah.
The haraka on the ajwaf is ya. So the haraka will go back to this ba, and the ba will become zair, right? So now, is the ya correspond with the kasra?
Yeah.
We're not going to change the ya because the ya correspond with kasra. So it become yabi'u. Yabi'u change into yabi'u based on the rule number 2. Okay. Then kawana, it become yakwunu, and it will become yakunu. Yes. Khawifa, yasma'u, it will become yaghwafu, and it will, now let's look at what it will become. Is the haraka of waw is fatha?
Yeah.
Sister
Yeah.
Anjum, you pay
Yes,
attention to this one.
Yes, so
Then
it
the
is
haraka will change, go to kha,
Yeah.
then it will become sorry.
Hopeful.
Yakhafu. What happened to waw?
Okay, yes.
You change into alif. So the haraka on the maqabal tells you which weak letter will come afterwards. If there was dhamma and waw there, then waw stays. If there was ya and kasra there, the ya stays. But as soon as we did this, now we know that the dhamma, the fatha will change the waw into alif. Yeah.
In the
So
above
yes.
case, yakuno, the
Yeah.
fatha, because it was dhamma, that's why it remains at waw.
Look,
Yakunu.
it was yakwunu, right? Yakwunu, and the ajwaf had dhamma. When you give it back to the kaf, it become yaku, and the waw stays because the dhamma correspond with waw. Yes, you're right.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay. So, Sister Sabiha, please explain to me this rule in your own words, please.
So in this rule, there will be sukun on
Maqabal.
Yeah. So and ajwaf, wawi or ya'i would have haraka, and
Yes.
the last lam position will also have haraka.
Okay.
So we will transfer the sukun of maqabal onto the ajwaf, wawi or ya'i.
Okay.
And Maqabal will adopt the haraka of ajwaf letter.
Very good. Okay, good. Very good. And based on the haraka, what kind of substitution will happen?
So based on the haraka of Maqabal, the ajwaf will, if it's dhamma or kasra, it will coordinate with either waw or ya.
Yeah, okay.
But if it is fatha, then it will be alif.
Very good. So basically your understanding is correct. And if you practice on this, inshallah, you will have this, you will understand it very goodly, inshallah. Okay, so you see now, kana yakunu. It was actually yakwunu. Remember? It was actually yakwunu. Now you will not see this in your head if you start writing this down, because look what I did here. I gave you the intermediate step here. I did not go from kawana to yakunu. I showed you nasara, yansuru, and then I put yakwunu, because this step is where you get to see that why or how you got yakunu, and that is because of rule number 2. Brother Shwak, you have a question? Brother Shwak?
हैंड तो रेज नहीं किया उन्होंने.
हाँ, मेरे पास नजर आ रहा है उनका हाथ. Okay, no worries. Yes, Brother Shwak, you have a question?
So in the last example,
your sound is very low. Can you increase the volume?
Is it audible
Better
now?
Yes, much better. Yeah.
Okay. So the Yahafo, the Alif didn't get the Sukun.
Yeah, that's okay, because this alif is don't need to have sukoon. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they don't need sukoon. Okay. All right. So the weak letter will transfer its haraka to maqabal. Okay. Before I move on, let me ask few more people. So that Sister Aisha, what is your understanding at this point?
जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम.
Assalam.
जी इसमें हरूफ इल्लत मुतहरिक means wawi or yawi, they have the three harkas, dama, kasra or
They're mutaharrik. Yes. Okay. Good.
Ma qabal, if the rule is the ma qabal has sakin before these mutaharrik words.
Okay.
So what will happen? The weak letter transfer is harka to ma qabal.
Yes. Very good.
It correspond, we have to look at कि कौन सा जो है आइन कलमा, क्योंकि वावी और यावी we are focus, which is the ain kalma. So we have to see if it is waw, then it change into waw, change into क्या कहते हैं, not dama कहते हैं waw को,
dama is pesh. ठीक है.
हाँ जी. अलिफ होगी तो फतहा, या होगी तो कसरा, और वाव होगी तो दम्मा. जी.
ठीक है. जबरदस्त. Okay, everybody, I want you to remember that this rule will be part of rule number 3. So try to understand what is the main thing happen in this rule, that the haraka was transferred to maqabal. Remember this situation. Look, there was the maqabal was sakina, 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 but the haraka of the ajwaf, wawi or yai was given to maqabal. It's a very important rule, and this rule plays a big role in rule number 3. Okay, are we good?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
good.
yes, good.
I'm going to ask one more person and then we'll move on. Brother Javed, could you please explain to me in your own words, what is rule number 2?
Rule number 2 is with the Ajwaf, Wawi, or Yai.
Very good.
They are mutharrak. And Maqabal is having sukoon.
Very good.
And when we are applying the rules, whatever the haraka is on the weak letter, that goes to the Maqabal. And depending upon if it is Dhamma or Fatah or Kasra, it can convert into the correspondent.
Okay. Very good. MashaAllah. Jazakallah khair. Your understanding is getting much better now. Okay. So now, before we move on, let's look at the whole chart. We have qala, qala, qalu, qalat, qalata, kulna. Now, for now, I want you to pay attention to the siga number 1, siga number 2, siga number 3, siga number 4, siga number 5. But from siga number 6 is changing. You see, everywhere qala has fatha. You see, notice that. Pay attention to this part. But as soon as we went to siga number 6, we have dhamma. And after that is going to continue. Kulta, kultuma, kultum. Kulti, kultuma, kultunna, kultu, kulna. Okay? Just for the sake of Quran, if you don't remember or memorize any other gardan, at least memorize this gardan, because this gardan is going to be everywhere. This word kulta, what is the meaning of kulta? You said, male. In Surah Maida, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala questioned Hazrat Isa alayhi salam. He said to him, did you say that to take me and my mother as God? You will find this word kulta in that ayah. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking him. Kulti, when you're asking that you said, female. Kultuma, you both said, male or female. Kultum, you all said, male. Kultunna, you all said, female. Kulna, we said. Yes? So this is very exciting that because of the word qala in the Quran, it's so many times. For example, if I show you another tool, we use Quran corpus. Remember? In Quran corpus, we have something called Quran dictionary. And we are interested in the word qala. Look at this. Qawala. Yes? Now look at how many times this word qala has come in the Quran 1618 times. This word qala. Okay? And this pattern repeated in the Quran 1722 times. So look, Yakulu, Kila, Qalu, Kila, Qalu, 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 Fayakuluna, Qala. Yes? You see that? Okay? So you can see, mashallah, everywhere it's happened in the Quran, this word is given to you over here. Okay? So let me see if I can find... So how do you find something on a screen? So you say Control F and look for you said. You said. Okay. وَإِذْ قُلْتُمْ يَا مُوسَى لَن نُؤْمِنَ لَكَ حَتَّى نَرَى اللَّهَ جَهْرَةً. What did the people of Musa said to him? We will not believe until we saw Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with our own eyes. Did they make that demand to Hazrat Musa? And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is repeating there. وَإِذْ قُلْتُمْ, when you said, O Musa, never we will believe to you, hatta, until, nara, we see Allah jahra, with our own eyes. What is jahri salah? Which salah is jahri?
Fajr.
Fajr
And Fajr, Maghrib and Isha.
Maghrib and Isha. In these three salah, when you are in the masjid, the imam is reciting loudly. In the other salah, Zohar and Asr, he is quiet. Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
So remember these little things. They will help you memorize that. What am I saying here? Okay. So if you memorize this chart, do you think you will understand 1700 words in the Quran? Or in
Yes.
17 different locations,
Yes.
will have the meaning of these words, like what is going on? Is that a small thing or a big deal?
Very
Very small.
Alhamdulillah. Big
So
thing.
just by remembering 14, 14 of Madi and 14 of Mudare, you will learn 1800 words. Okay. All right. So then let's go back to our Mudare. Yakulu, yakulani, yakuluna, takulu, takulani, yakulna. Takulu, takulani, takuluna, takulina, takulani, takulna. Akulu, nakulu. Yeah. In the Madi, we had rule number 1. In the Mudare, we had rule number 2.
2.
Remember, this was yakwulu. It was not yakulu. This, what happened? The haraka was given to makabal, and then because of dhamma, the waw stayed and it becomes sakin. So the haraka on the ajwaf is taken away and ajwaf become sakina. Yeah. What is the meaning of akulu?
Akulu,
I
I said.
I
I
say
said.
or
I
I
say.
will say.
I will say.
Nakulu, we say or we will say. Yeah. Okay. And what is the command of qala, yakulu?
Kul.
Kul. And how many times you have seen in the Quran the word kul? Because anytime Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said kul, say
Kulu.
this to the people, say this to the believers, say this to the disbelievers. Okay. So I hope that we have covered rule number 1 and rule number 2 in a very permanent fashion today, because every time I start explaining that, my whole 1 hour session is gone. Right now, I'm like 10 minutes away from 11 o'clock. So let's try to quickly go 3A, because then 3B, we need to discuss some other stuff. Okay. So 3A is saying that when you're dealing with ajwaf yai or y, which is mutaharrik, but in this situation, it is the ma ba'ad, not the ma qabal.
Okay.
Have we done with ma qabal in the first rule, 1 and 2?
Yeah.
Yes. In ma qabal, we looked at the situation of when the ma qabal was fatha or the ma qabal was sakina. Now we are interested in which kalima? Ain kalima and the lam kalima. Yes? Are we looking at the sukoon on the lam kalima or on the ma qabal now? This is ma ba'ad.
Naba.
Ba'ad means it's afterwards. After the wawi or the ajwaf, then obviously we're dealing with the lam kalima. Yes? Because there are 3 letters, fa, ain and lam. Fa is ma qabal, lam is ma ba'ad. Okay? So then what will happen? The wawi and yai will be dropped. Okay? The ain kalima will drop altogether. But there is another additional rule with it. If the haraka was transferred, okay, if his haraka is transferred, then it will remain intact. Try to understand this. This is from rule number 2. Did we transfer the haraka in rule number 2?
Yes, we did.
Yes. If that situation is there, then we are going to keep that haraka and we will drop the weak letter, or ajwaf wawi or yai will be dropped. When you see the example, inshallah, that will make more sense to you. This is the lam kalima. Anywhere you see the sakina, and this one is the fa kalima. Because what happened? Why is this fa kalima? Because after this rule is applied, this ain kalima is dropped. Yes? Yes, right? Okay. Look at the word yaf'ulu. Okay. If you have to put yakulu, the kaf, waw and lam in there, it will become yakulu. Is this from Bab Nasara, yakulu?
Yes.
Did we look at in rule number 2, yakulu? Is the haraka going to be transferred to the kaf? Is it going to become yakulu?
Yes.
Is this rule number 2?
Yes.
Yes. So in the rule number 2, the haraka of the kaf was not its original haraka. It was transferred. I need everybody to understand this part. From yakwulu to yakulu, the haraka of the ajwaf was transferred to qaf. Yes?
Yeah.
Now look at this pattern. Yaf'ulna. This is siga number 6. What is this?
6.
Siga number 6. When you put qaf, waw, and lam in this, it becomes like this. This is siga number 6. Yakul, yakul, na. Now there are two sakina side by side. Yes?
Yes.
Is this ajwaf wawi here?
Yes.
Is this ajwaf? And the lam has the sakina here?
Yeah.
Is the ma ba'ad has sakin?
Ma baad has sakin, yeah.
Ma ba'ad was lam kalima, right?
Yes.
If you look at this, the fa, ain, and lam. Fa change into qaf, ain change into waw, and the lam stayed same, right? Because it's qaf, waw, and lam. Cover. Yes? Because of this, can the two sakina come together?
No.
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 Which will drop? Who's weaker in lam or waw?
Wow.
Waw. And are we dealing with ajwaf?
Yes.
Are we interested in waw?
Yes.
Did our rule number 3 says when the ma baad has sakina, the weak letter or the ajwaf wawi or yai will drop?
Yeah.
It will become yakulna. Agree?
Yeah.
Okay. But was this haraka its original haraka or was it transferred?
Transferred.
Transferred. So what is rule number 3A say? If the haraka is transferred, then you keep it. Did we keeping the haraka here? Yakulna?
Yeah.
Because look at the original word. Was the fa kalima haraka or sakina?
Sakin.
Sakin. And that is why we transferred the haraka of the ajwaf wawi to makabal. So this is the continuation of rule number 2. You cannot forget about rule number 2 when you're applying rule number 3A. If it is the transferred haraka, then it will remain intact. And I showed you with an example. Let's take a look at another example. Yabi'u. Is this we looked at earlier, right? Yabi'u, right?
Yeah.
Then the haraka of the ya will transfer to the ba. It will become yabi'u. Agree?
Yes.
Okay. So then if you take yaf'ilna as the pattern, it will become yabi'na. There are two sakina side by side. Is the ain kalima here? Is this the lam kalima?
Yes.
Yes. Is this ma ba'ad? Is rule number 3A says the ma ba'ad is sakina?
Yes.
Yes. And which will drop? Ya or ain? Which one is weak?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this will become yabi'na. Okay. Was this haraka transferred or was the original haraka? Because look, the haraka was transferred here, right?
Transfer.
It was yab yi'u, right? Yab yi'u, right? The original was yab yi'u. It didn't sound right. So we transferred the haraka of the ajwaf to makabal. It become yabi'u. Yes. So haraka is transferred, right?
Yes.
Rule number 2, haraka is transferred. So the haraka will stay intact. It will become yabi'na.
Okay.
From siga number 6, remember when I was showing you the chart? Yes, Sister Rabia, you have a question? Okay.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
जी वालेकुम।
आबिद भाई, ये जो ट्रांसफर करके फिर इसके ऊपर यफ़उलना के ऊपर हमने अप्लाई करना है।
जी, रूल नंबर 3 में रूल नंबर 2 शामिल होगा। अगर तो सिचुएशन हो कि हरकत ट्रांसफर हुई है पहले, तो उस हरकत को हमें रखना होगा, उसको हम चेंज नहीं कर सकते।
सही, ठीक
है। तो इसलिए एग्जाम्पल पे अगर आप गौर करें, असल में था यबयू, उसको हमने यबीऊ बनाया। अच्छा, ये था सीगा नंबर 1। अब हमने देखा था कि सीगा नंबर 1 से सीगा नंबर 5 तक तो सब ठीक है।
जी
लेकिन जैसे ही हम सीगा नंबर 6 में गए तो कुछ डिफरेंट चेंज आया उसके अंदर।
दम्मे का आया था।
हाँ, तो यहाँ पर भी हमने जब उसको एनालाइज किया तो हमें नजर आया कि या के बाद फिर 2 सुकून आ गए हैं, एक साथ 2
जी
सुकून आ गए। अब इस
जी
लफ्ज को पढ़ना बहुत मुश्किल है क्योंकि आप सुकून पे हरकत तो होती नहीं कोई। अब
जी
उसको कैसे
बिल्कुल।
पढ़ेंगे? आप रुक जाएंगे, यबी पे रुक जाएंगे क्योंकि उनको आप पढ़ ही नहीं सकते क्योंकि उस पे हरकत ही कोई नहीं है।
जी बिल्कुल।
तो इस सूरत में एक साकिन वाले लफ्ज को जाना पड़ेगा, ठीक है।
जी
अच्छा,
इसलिए हम
अब
वीक लेटर को
तो
ड्रॉप करते
दुनिया
हैं।
में होता क्या है, जो ताकतवर है वही रहता है, वीक आदमी तो बेचारा मारा ही जाता है।
जी बिल्कुल।
तो यहाँ पे बेचारा जो वीक लेटर या है वो कह रहा भाई तुम जीते, मैं हारा, मैं जा रहा हूँ, तुम रह लो यहाँ पे, ठीक है। तुम बड़े
जी
बाप की, मैं छोटे बाप की।
12वां खिलाड़ी है ये।
हाँ, ये बेचारा 11वां खिलाड़ी है।
12वां
12वां इसके।
बैटिंग नहीं कर सकता।
बस अब आप समझ जाएं कि जो वीक है लेटर वही गिरेगा, दूसरा लेटर नहीं गिरेगा।
Brother Abid, I have a question.
जी ब्रदर इजाज।
In Quran, we say Yakulu, Yakulna, Yabina.
या
These are the correct words that we are seeing and learning in Quran. Why are we are confusing ourselves by learning these rules then?
because how would you know that yabena was the real word?
Why we should learn that? Because in Quran it is Yakulu, Yakulna, Yabena. Why we should focus what it was and why we are learning that? It is just a question. I may be wrong, but that question came to me that why we are going to those rules which are confusing us and we should focus with the words which we see in Quran and read those.
Okay.
What is the benefit of this?
Okay, I
Actual
want.
word and the changes in the word.
Okay.
Because in Quran we don't see yakbulu,
Yes.
yakulu, yakulu, na,
Yes.
yabi'na. We see yakulu, yakulna, yabena. So that was my
Acha,
question
just
that came to my
okay,
mind.
it's a debate. Like now, let me ask you this: then why do we learn any science of Quran when we already can read Quran? If we don't know the tajweed, can we read Quran properly?
But we know
No,
that
it's the same
yakulu,
thing.
yakulna.
No, we don't know that. If the harakas are taken away, then you don't know how to pronounce it.
No, but
Somebody later on,
those
Brother
harkas are
Ijaz,
in Quran.
Brother Ijaz,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
this debate is a waste of time because
Okay, okay.
this is the science of the Quran. This is Quranic grammar. We are intentionally learning Quranic grammar. That is
Yeah.
why we are trying to learn that. Okay, why yabena become yaben?
Okay.
Okay, we are
Yeah.
not wasting our time here. We are basically learning the deep root meaning of like why the word changed to.
No, that just came to my mind
Okay,
that
no,
we
but
are focusing yakulu, yakulna,
no, that
yabena.
thought is thought from the shaitan in my mind. If we are learning
Okay.
Quran, we have to learn all the sciences. Then nobody will focus on the Quran. Nobody will learn tajweed. Nobody will learn like why these harakas and why, and then why do we know that kultu is why is it kulta and not kulna? Because we
No,
understand
but
grammar.
those are words
Okay,
which
brother,
are
yes, I don't
already in
wanna.
sigas.
I respect your question, but I think it's a
Yeah.
waste of time.
Okay, okay. That's
Okay.
fine. Let's move
Yeah.
forward.
Okay. So then wafu, then it become yakhafu for the same reason because we moved the haraka to the previous one. So then the fatha will change, the waw will change into alif, so it become yakhafu, right? But when we come to siga number 6, we have yaf'alna. When we get to this situation, we already had this yakhafna. So which letter is weak in this one? Even though there is no sukoon on alif, but is it sakin? Is there
Yeah.
haraka on this alif? No. So in this case, which letter will drop?
Alif.
Alif. So
Weak
then it
it.
become yakhafna. Yes? Yakhafna. Yeah? And it is based on rule number 3a. Then we will have some information here. Let's see. Okay, now I think we should take a break. It's 11:04. We will have a break and we'll come back at 11:14 or 15, and inshallah we'll continue. Okay, Jazakallah khair. I'll see you in 10 minutes, inshallah.
Inshallah. Jazakallah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum assalam wa
Walaikum
rahmatullahi
assalam.
wa barakatuh.
Okay. So if everyone is back, I looked at the kawana and almost 1390 times in the Quran in the different forms. Kana, makana, makana. 1358 times in the form of kana. Okay. So if I look at kanu, siga number 3. Kuntum, siga number 9. Yes. Fatakuna, this is siga number 14. The fa is the conjunction here. Takunu, siga number, what number is this? Siga number 9. Yes. Takunu. Brother Mujib.
I was on mute.
Okay. Siga number 9, right?
Yeah.
Mudare. Kuntum, madi. Takunu, mudare. Kanu, siga number 3.
Yep.
Madi.
Kanu.
Kanu, wa kanu. Lakuntum, this lam is, this is lam taqid, I believe. Lakuntum min al-khasirin. Surely.
Yeah.
Lam taqid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kunu, akuna. Is this akuna, nakunu? Akulu, nakulu? So, you know, something like that. So, inshallah, even just by using this tool, once in a while, if you want to really look at few things, you come here, pick the word you are interested in, right? For example, you're interested in this cough, and these are the different, you know, patterns this word have. These are all the root letters from, you know. So if you look at kaf, ba, and ha, then it will tell you that in the Quran it's happened makbuhin. This word is coming from this right here. Then if you look at kaf, ba, and ra, something to do with the qabr. Fa akbara, kabrihi, al-kubur, al-kubur, al-kubur. So there you can see some references to that. Okay. Kaf, ba, and sin. So you can see that, inshallah. So this is one way of increasing your vocabulary. Yeah. Because what is important in learning any language, you need to have a command on the vocabulary. So when you look at these words, that we have this word yakbidu, yakbiduna, fakabattu. What siga is this? Kabattu.
13.
13. Kabattu. Very good. And kabadnahu. This is kabadna is siga number 14.
14.
And who is the
Attached
maf'ul?
pronoun.
Maf'ul.
Right? So this is how, I mean, at this point, I'm sure that you should in yourself be interested in testing your own self, you know. Mashallah, we have been like on the 59th week. Think about it. The first 3 modules of Nahv, 30 weeks, 30 sessions. Now 3 modules of verbs, we are on the 59th session. So mashallah, you have spent 59 weeks into this already. Okay. So at this point, if you're still feeling lost, then you have no one else to blame but your own self. Yeah. Makbudatan ism. Kabdatan ism. Kabattahu fail. If you can figure out what kabattu, siga number 13, and who is
Yes, attached pronoun.
Attached pronouns. Okay. Will in his grip. Okay. Anyways, we're going back to rule number 3b now. And the rule number 3b is right here. And in this, before I go to this, think about this dad, sin, and ha and fa. Brother Ijaz, you know, you are not talking, but you unmute yourself. And for some reason, you have this fire alarm in your home, which always beep like after like few seconds. Is that correct? So that's why I request you to keep muted. Yeah. Okay. So Bab Daraba, Bab Samia, Bab Hasiba, and Bab Fataha. And Bab Nasara and Bab Karuma. And that is why I have this chart for you to refresh your memory. Remember, in the Salasi Mujarrad, we have these 6 families. Okay. So there is an important detail about these. So first of all, I wanted you to remind you that the 6 families are Fataha, Daraba, Nasara, Samia, and Hasiba, and Karuma. Okay. Now, in which 2 families we see Dhamma? We see Dhamma in Nasara and Karuma. Remember? Bab Nasara and Daraba. Karuma has the, in their Madi, for the Mudare format, they have the Dhamma. Okay, so this rule, when I try to explain to you, inshallah, then it will make more sense to you. So rule number 3b. What was rule number 3a? We had Ma Ba'ad Sakina. Yes? But we had one detail that if the haraka is transferred, you keep that haraka. Remember that we just talked about 3a? That in 3a, we are interested in Ma Ba'ad. We are interested in the Lam Kalima. But the haraka we keep if it is transferred. Okay? In rule number 3b, the only thing different is that it's exactly like 3a, but we are not dealing with transferred haraka. What are we dealing with? Original haraka. What are we dealing with? Original haraka. There is no transferred haraka. Then in that case, the rule says, if the word was from Bab, Daraba, Samia, Hasiba, and Fataha, then the haraka will be always kasra. The haraka will be always kasra. And when it is Bab, Nasara, and Karuma, the haraka will be Dhamma. Now, when we had this rule, where else we learned this rule that if it's Fatha or Kasra, then it stays Kasra?
In Salasi Mujarrad?
In Salasi Mujarrad, we're making Failul Amr.
Yeah.
Remember, on the Fa Kalima, if it is Fatha or Kasra, then the Hamzatul Wasl will always have Kasra.
Kasra.
If the Ain Kalima has Dhamma, the Hamzatul Wasl of Failul Amr will always have Dhamma. Same rule here. So look at here. We know on the patterns of Fa'alna, if we have the root letters Qaf, Waw, and Lam, it will become Qalna. Remember, this Qalna is coming from applying rule number 3a. Yes? If Fa'alna is from Bab Nasara, then what will be the haraka change to? Dhamma. Okay, look at this chart. Remember this chart? What happened to this chart? Where did he go? Why is it not doing it? Okay, look at this chart. Siga number 1, Siga number 2, Siga number 3, Siga number 4, Siga number 5, Siga number 6. What happened to the haraka on Kaf?
Dhamma.
So this Dhamma is coming because of the rule number 3b. Where is it coming from?
3b.
3b. Okay. So now look at 3b again. It's a little technical rule, but if you pay attention, inshallah, you will get it. Okay. So we have rule number 3b that Maqabal has haraka, Ajbaf has, and we will, Fa Kalima has original haraka, the Maqabal has original haraka, then X mean the weak letter Ajbaf will drop, and the Ma Baad has Sakoon. And then in this case, if the word is coming from Daraba, Samia, Hasiba, and Fataha, then it will always be Kasra. And if it's coming from Bab, Nasara, or Karuma, then it will be Dhamma. Okay, is this Siga number 6? Qalna. It become Kalna. Because there are two sakina here. Is this alif has sakin?
Yeah.
And is there sakin here? Is this rule number 3A?
Yeah.
Okay. So then one has to go. Which one will go? The alif will go. So it will become kulna. Why this fatha change into kulna? If you have to explain to yourself, because qalna is from Bab Nasara. Remember Bab Nasara? Okay, where are we?
Yeah. قال يقول is Bab Nasara.
Right. So here, qawala is from Bab Nasara, right? Qala yakulu, Bab Nasara. But what siga are we looking at? We are looking at siga number 6. Yes. Remember siga number 6 become kulna?
Yep.
Qala, qala, qalu. Kulta, qalat, qalata, kulna. When we come to siga number 6, it becomes kulna. Okay, I hear this very, serious silence here. Nobody is moving. Are we in shock or what's going on?
No.
Yeah.
Understand.
Okay, so the rest of the people who are not moving, can I see some hands that you understand what is going on here?
I think I understand this. It's just that you need to know the Bab because
Yes.
the front changes.
That's
the
correct.
first haraka changes depending on the Bab. So if you don't know the Bab, then it might be confusing.
Yes, you're right. So fa'alna, when you have the ba'an, is become ba'na, and this bi'na. Now look, we know that ba'na is from Bab's Daraba. Where is it from? Go back to rule number 1. Remember, we did an extensive example. When we did Kawala, we said is Bab Nasara. When we say Bi'na, Yabi'u, what was the Bab? Daraba. Yes? Now, what is the haraka on Ba here?
Fataha.
Fataha. Now, what is the rule? When it is from Bab, Daraba, Samiya, Hasiba, Fataha, whether it is Fatha or Kasra, the haraka we're going to retain will be Kasra. So this Ba'na change into Bi'na. So that is what earlier Brother Jaz was saying, that why do I need to know this? When the Quran says Kulna, so from his point of view, yes, you can take it, but I really want to know under the hood what is happening, right? Under the hood, it was Ba'na, it was first Ba'na, and then it became Ba'na. Rule number 3A was applied, and then we got this, and from this, we change it into rule number 3B, and it become Bi'na. So this is the transformation of the word fa'alna into this. Okay, if you don't care about this, then fine, you just stick with your understanding. But for me now, alhamdulillah, I understand why I'm saying bi'na and not ba'na or ba'an. Why am I not saying that? Because these two sakina, I can't even pronounce this. I have to drop the alif. Agree? Okay. Okay, so rule number 3B, let's go back for a second. Sister Rukhsar, what do you understand from Bab rule number 3B? In your own words. Doesn't have to be perfect.
If it is from Bab Nasara and Karuma, we have to change the haraka to Dhamma. And if it is from other 4 Babs, we have to change it to Kasra.
Always Kasra. You will not change into Fatha. But remember, this is from Salasi Mujarrad. Let's not forget this one minor detail, that these are Salasi Mujarrad. Yeah. These rules may not apply on Salasi Mazid Fi. Okay. Jazakallah khair. Okay. Next. Brother Taj, what is your understanding about this rule? Okay, Brother Taj, you're muted.
Maybe.
Okay, Brother Mujib, okay, Brother Taj is back. Okay, Brother Taj, what is your understanding?
My understanding is that on the four Bab, the Daraba, Samia, Hasiba, and Fataha, it will always retain the Haraka Kasra, and in Nasra and Karuma, it will retain the Haraka Dumma.
Very good. MashaAllah. Okay. Yes, Brother Mujib.
Yes, yeah. What he said, it's same thing. I'm going to say that if the verb is from Daraba, Samia, or Hasiba, or Fa'ala, so it's going to Fataha. It's going to be Kasra.
Okay.
And from Nasara and Karuma, it's going to be Dhamma. Yeah.
Okay. Sister Iram, what is your understanding?
अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
You want Islam?
भाई ये फा कलमा पर जो ओरिजिनल हरका होगी मौजूद
जी।
और लाम पर हम लोग के पास जज़म होगा तो हम दरमियान वाला अलिफ या जो भी हमारे पास वर्ड होगा वो हम ड्रॉप कर देंगे।
वेरी गुड।
और अगर हमारे पास दरबा, समिया, हसीबा और फतह होगा तो कसरा, और अगर नसरा और करुमा होगा तो फिर फतह इस्तेमाल
वेरी
करेंगे।
गुड। तो रूल 3A में क्या था कि हम जो हरकत ट्रांसफर हुई थी
जी, वो
उसको
ट्रांसफर
हमने
थी, वो
लिया था,
ओरिजिनल नहीं
उसको
थी।
रखा था
जी जी
हमने उसको चेंज नहीं किया था।
जी
लेकिन जब ओरिजिनल हरका है तो हमें देखना होगा कि उसका बाब कौन सा है, और उसके बाब की मुनासिबत से अगर वो दरबा, समिया, हसीबा और फतह है तो हम उसे कसरा में चेंज करेंगे, और
जी
अगर वो नसरा और करुमा है तो हम उसको दम्मा में चेंज
फतह
करेंगे।
में चेंज करें। जी
दम्मा मतलब पेश में चेंज करेंगे। ठीक है, तो
जी
दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। ओके, मूविंग ऑन। ब्रदर जमाल, you have go ahead and please explain me in your understanding about this in English if you can.
Okay, so rule 3B is that if you actually have the hollow verb that actually has a haraka in the middle, that doesn't have you take the haraka from the middle one and you move it to the front. That was actually like the first rule.
3A,
and
yeah.
3A, and then basically when you actually have two if you have two basically when that's converted, if there is like a sukoon and that come together, then you basically eliminate the weak letter and then you kind of merge that. And then the last step is if there is actually the Bab certain Babs, then you basically put the kasra at the at the beginning. The haraka switches from like whatever it was to the kasra, or is that Dhamma if it is
Daraba,
other
Samia,
verbs.
Hasiba and Fatah. Okay, very good. And Bab, Nasara and Karuma, you will change the harakat to Dhamma. Yes, good job. Thank you. All right, so a quick show of hand before I move on, that even though this is a little technical, but you got the hang of it, like you have an idea what's going on, right? So can show of hands, inshallah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So remember I was saying that when we are dealing with Ismul File and Mujarrad mean when we're dealing with the 6 families. So in case from Ajwaf, the Ismul File is basically Fa'ilun. Technically, the Ismul File is Fa'ilun. But when it comes from Ajwaf and is Mujarrad, then it's actually, the rule of grammar says it's not gonna be Fa'ilun, it's gonna be Fa'ilun, which is the Hamza, and the Ain is changing and this becomes Fa'ilun. Remember when I was showing you this and I said, read this, what happened? It is not the Ain, it is the Qa'ilun, and it's coming because of this rule. Is that making more, and is it more visible to you now? Like what's happening here? So if you look at the example Qaf, Waw, and Lam, so Ismul File will become Ka-wi-lun, Ka-wi-lun, right? Then it will change into Qa'ilun. And this rule changes this, the Ain will change into this, Qa'ilun. Kha, Wa, Fa, it will change into Kha'ifun. Okay? Ba, Ya, Ain, Ba, I, Un. Okay? Fa'ilun, Fa'ilun, fa'ilun. Okay, so you have to remember this rule that in ismul fa'il, what is the ismul fa'il, by the way? When you are looking at this surface saghir, you are interested in the root letters, you are interested in the pattern, then you need to know the first siga of madi, first siga of mudare, then fi'lul amr, and ismul fa'il. Based on this action, the person who is doing this action, he has a name. Qa'ilun is the one who is saying. The person who is saying is known as qa'ilun. Where did we see this word qa'ilun? Hint. We read this surah on Friday. Every Friday we read it.
Surah Kahf.
Surah Kahf. Okay, good job. So let's say if I take you to Quran.com and if I take you to Surah Kahf, where is it? This one, right? We know this is the when they were talking to each other in the cave when they woke up, right? So here. وَكَذَلِكَ بَعَثْنَاهُمْ لِيَتَسَاءَلُوا بَيْنَهُم. So when we woke them up, they started talking to each other. They're asking each other. What are they asking each other? Let me change the translation to English so that you guys understand. Word for word into English. Done. Okay. So قالوا وَكَذَلِكَ بَعَثْنَاهُم. And similarly, we raised them, meaning we woke them up. لِيَتَسَاءَلُوا, that they might question بَيْنَهُم, among themselves. Then قَالَ قَائِلٌ. Is qala siga number 1? Is qala siga number 1?
Yes.
Yes. So then who is saying? A speaker. One of them said, one of the speakers said, qa'ilun. Is this ismul fa'il?
Yes.
Yes. So this is how you understand this information. Qala madi. Qa'ilun, the person who is doing the act of saying is known as qa'ilun. A person who is doing the act of ibadah is known as abidun. A person who is doing the act of helping, nasirun.
Nasirun.
Yes. A person, what else is there? A person who is doing the act of sajda, sajidun.
Sajidun.
Okay. So, but when it comes from ajwaf, is this the situation of ajwaf? Is this ajwaf wawi, kawala? Then in that case, the ismul fa'il will be qa'ilun and not ain. There is no ain in there. Yeah. Okay. So and the same pattern. Qa'ilun, khaifun, ba'iyun. Right? All right. Then the same rule applies on maf'ul. We have two different patterns for maf'ul. So remember, the ain will go, because remember in the ismul fa'il, the ain disappeared, right? So if the ain is going to go, it's not going to be maf'ulun, it's going to be maf'ulun. What is the difference between this and this? There is no ain in here. Maf'ulun, maf'ulun. There is no ain in here. So same thing happens. And the ajwaf wawi will be maf'ulun. Ajwaf yai will be mafilun. What is the pattern on ajwaf yai? Mafilun. Now this is something the people of grammar has told us. So I cannot question them or say, okay, I don't like it. I just have to live with it. So if this is the word yazid or ya za dal, it will become mazidun. Is mazidun ism maf'ul? Yes. And with the sa, waw and ba, masubun. What pattern is this? Maf'ulun and mafilun. If you put ya, zal and dal in mafilun, you get mazidun. If you put sa, waw and ba in mafulun, you get masubun. A quick show of hand that you at least understand what I'm trying to say. Whether you remember this or not, that is too early for that. But this is a rule. The people of grammar are saying, when you're dealing with ism maf'ul with ajwaf, especially in mujarrad. See, in the bracket it says mujarrad. Then you are dealing with these. Yes, sister.
ये
Rabia?
थ्री लेटर्स जो है वो जा या दाल है ना?
जी हाँ, रूट लेटर तो यही है। रूट लेटर कितने होते हैं?
3 होते हैं।
3 होते हैं ना?
तो नहीं,
तो
ये मिसाल याई बन रहा है, ये हमने अचवफ वाफी करना है, वो याई।
नहीं, इसको इस तरह ना
अच्छा,
देखें आप उसको ये देखें कि वो पैटर्न कौन सा है, मफीलुन का पैटर्न है। इस पैटर्न
ठीक
में
है,
डालेंगे तो ये अजवफ बनेगा।
सही है, ठीक है,
ठीक है ना?
ठीक है।
ओके।
जज़ाकल्लाह।
अच्छा, अब थोड़ा सा हम मजीद कवाला के ऊपर और बहस करते हैं थोड़ी सी। तो मादी में बाब नसरा से बनेगा कवाला। ओके। अब आपने देखा कि वीक लेटर है हरका। ठीक है। अब उसकी वजह से क्या हुआ कि फतहा बिफोर द वीक लेटर। ठीक है। मा कबल है इसमें?
जी।
मा कबल के ऊपर हरका है, फतह है, तो ये बन जाएगा कौला। ये कौन सा रूल था?
फर्स्ट वन।
रूल नंबर 1।
Yeah.
ठीक है ना? तो अब हम थोड़ा सा और एनालाइज कर रहे हैं, उसको दोबारा से अपनी मेमोरी को रिफ्रेश कर रहे हैं कि कवाला में से वो काला कैसे बन गया, क्योंकि मा कबल जो था वो फतहा था। तो जब फतहा होता है तो उसकी कॉरस्पॉन्डिंग हरकत किस लेटर से आती है? अलिफ
अलिफ
से।
से।
गुड। तो पहले जो 5 सीगे होते हैं, द फर्स्ट 5 सीगर्स विल बी काला काला कालू कालत कालता। 5वें सीगे, छठे सीगे से क्या होता है? वो बन जाता है कुलना। ठीक है। तो नाउ लेट्स सी। अजवफ वावी कवला बाब नसरा, it will become qala. Khafifa will become khafa. Ajwaf yai zaida, it will become zada. Right? What happened to ya?
To
It
Alif.
changed into
Alif.
alif. Shay'a, sha'a, sha'i'a, sha'a. What do we see in the Quran? Zada, sha'a. And it's because of this rule number 1.
Inshallah.
Okay. Now, this is rule siga number 6. Kawalna. Yes. Kawalna. Then what happens? Weak letter has haraka. Yes. And there is a fatha before the weak letter. Yes. Can we apply rule number 1?
Yeah.
Okay. So then will become qalna. Have we seen previously qalna? Now is this two sakina right next to each other?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Then what it will become? It will become kalna. Yes.
Yes.
Alif will drop and it will become kalna. Now which bab is it from?
From Bab Nasra.
Yes.
What will happen to kaf, haraka on the kaf?
Dhamma.
Dhamma.
It will become kulna. Yeah. Have we covered all 4 rules, or the 1, 2, 3A, 3B? Yes. So when you look at this way, now you're putting your knowledge into like one, you're putting it in together. How many people, when they saw these slides, do you now understand how the transformation is happening? I need to see some hands. Okay, who have I not spoken to today? Brother Taj, I have. Sister Aisha, Sister Ruksar, Sister Nazmun. Sister Nazmun, what do you think about this? Do you think this is your waste of time, or you do need to know this thing?
For sure, brother, it's not waste of time.
Okay.
Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. It's good to know.
Good to know. Okay, Brother Ashfaq, is that interesting to know?
Yeah, definitely, it's very important. I will give example from English. Like until yesterday, I didn't know when we use double N in running, but sometimes the letters are not repeating before ing. So you need to know why the changes happens when some letters have double N, some letters have before ing happens.
Right.
So similarly, in Arabic, we need to know what's happening to the letters when you use them in the sentences. It's very important.
MashaAllah. Okay,
You
good
know,
job.
Brother Abid, same thing I was thinking about that. Sometimes we pronounce school, sometimes we say schedule. Why do we do this?
Right, right.
We need to know the rule. You know?
Yes, yes. Jazakallah khair. Now, Sister Ghazala, I am not asking you a technical question, but just asking for your opinion. You saw all this transformation. Is that making sense to you? Okay, maybe you are muted if you are trying to speak. Sister Ghazala. Okay, Brother Imran Subhani. Okay. Sister Sadaf.
Everybody's quiet.
Yes, Sister Sadaf is also muted.
दीदी अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
जी वास्सलाम। क्या समझ आ रही है सिस्टर सदफ आपको?
ये अभी थोड़ी सी कंफ्यूजन है।
अच्छा, कहाँ पर है कंफ्यूजन आपको?
ये रूल नंबर 3 ये 4 स्टार्ट हुआ।
अच्छा 3B जो है, ठीक है, उसमें एक कंफ्यूजन ये है कि ये हरका चेंज क्यों हो रही है उसमें। तो उसके लिए हमने बोला कि आपको देखना पड़ेगा कि वो लफ्ज़ कौन से बाब से आ रहा है। अगर वो बाब नसारा से आ रहा है तो वो हमेशा पेश लगेगी उसके ऊपर,
पेश आ जाएगी,
और वो कौन से कलमा पे लगेगी? फा कलमा के ऊपर, ठीक है ना। अगर वो
जी।
दूसरे बाब से हो, दरबा से, समिया से, फतहा से, हसीबा से, तो फिर उसमें हमेशा जेर लगेगी, ठीक है। ये बात अब याद रखनी पड़ेगी, इसका कोई मेरे पास हल नहीं है कि मैं आपको कैसे समझाऊं ना।
ठीक है
जी, तो हमें ये भी याद रखना पड़ेगा कि जब दम्मा होता है, when is dhamma, we have to think of a letter, we think of vaw. When we think of kasra, we think of ya. When we think of fatha, we think of alif. Okay? Okay, so these are some of the rules that ma qabal, fatha, harf illa mutaharrik, ma baad mutaharrik, then we change it into alif. So we, depending on this rule. Then if there is a ma qabal is sakina, harf illa is mutaharrik, ma baad is mutaharrik, then we have rule number 2. When we have fatha ya sakin, ma qabal and mutaharrik harf illa, and then ma baad is sakina, then we apply rule number 3 or 3B. Yes? So first rule number 1, rule number 2, number 3, rule number 3A or 3B. Depending on if the haraka is transferred, we do something else. We keep the haraka. If the haraka is original, then we look at the bab and then we decide the haraka. Yeah? Okay. Let's look at yakulu or yakwulu again. From bab nasara, we have yakwulu. How do we change this to? We're going to give the haraka back to qaf, right? So weak letter is haraka and there is sakin before it. So it will change into yakulu. Haraka of weak letter will be transferred to sakin, then add appropriate weak letter according to the transfer haraka. Dhamma, what is the corresponding letter? Wow. Do we need to change wow? No. Because we are already, dhamma is corresponding with wow. Yes? In this one, ajwaf, wawi, yakulu or yakwulu will become yakulu, and yakhwafu will change into yakhafu. Why it change into yakhafu? Who can tell me that it become yakhafu?
Fatha, wow, changes
because
its
the fatha will go to ma qabal. Yes. So ma qabal will become fatha. Then waw will change into alif.
alif.
Because the fatha correspond with alif. Okay. In the ajwaf ya'i, yazidu will become yazidu, or yazidu will change into yazidu. Which one is easy to say? Yazidu ya yazidu?
Yazidu.
And then un, or how do you say it? Yashun,
Yes,
Can anyone say
yeah.
it? Okay. Then yasha'u. So that's why, see, I couldn't even pronounce this word. So that's why the people of grammar, they said stick with yasha'u. Okay.
Simple and easy.
Yeah. Make it easy on the tongue. Okay. Okay. Then the rule number 3A, weak letter waw or ya has haraka on it. There is a fatha or sakin before it, and there is a sakin after it. Then weak letter drops itself, applying after rule 1 and 2. And we keep the haraka. In 3B, the haraka of fa kalima is decided that either it should be changed or not. The rule is, if the haraka of the fa kalima is the original, then it will surely be changed. And if the haraka is transferred one, then it will not change. Yeah. In 3A, when we did the transformation, we did not change the haraka. But in rule 3B, when the original haraka was there, depending on the bab, we change the haraka of the fa kalima, right? So nasara and karuma will bring dhamma. Everything else will become kasra. Yeah. Okay. Now look at this one. Yak wulna. This is siga number 6 of Kawala. If you write siga number 6 in its original form, it will become yak wulna. Okay. Now that's what happens. Weak letter is haraka and there is a sakin before it. Yes. The weak letter has haraka and ma qabal has sakina. Which rule we can apply? Rule number 2?
Rule number 2, give the harakat.
Yes. Give the haraka to ma qabal.
Ma qabal.
It will become yakulna. Are there two sakina right next to each other?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Can we pronounce this word with like this?
No.
No.
Which one will drop?
Weak one.
Weak one. Waw will go away. It'll become yakulna. Two sakin cannot exist in a kalima. Therefore, weak letter will drop. Now, after talking all this, when you see this analysis like this, does it make more sense?
Of course.
100%.
Right? Okay, alhamdulillah. Okay, then what is this? In Mudare, the haraka of fa kalima will not change because it's transferred already. Yes? If the haraka is transferred, you keep it or you change it?
Keep it.
Are we dealing with Mudare?
Yes.
Yes. So in the Mudare, the haraka of fa kalima will not change because it's already transferred. Okay? Ajwaf wawi yakwulna become yakulna. Yakh wafna yakhafna. Ajwaf yai yashya'na, it become yash'an. How do you say that? Yasha'na. Yazidanna or yazyidna, yazidna.
Yazidana.
Okay. Okay. This was kawalna. This will become kulna. Khawafna, khifna. What happened to the haraka here? It's from Bab Samiya. Khafa was from Bab Samiya. So is Daraba, Hasiba, Samiya, Fataha always kasra?
Yeah.
Bab Nasara, Karuma always Dhamma. Okay. Zayadna, Zidna. Because from Bab, maybe from Bab Daraba. Okay. This one also Shi'na. Okay. The 3B rules does not apply to Salasi Mazid fi Abwab. So if you are dealing with Salasi Mazid, are you going to apply the rule of 3B?
No.
You can't. Okay. Now we still have 7 minutes. We have these verses from the Quran which are ajwaf. Okay. Now, I know we are short of time. We look at the word fazada. Is this? See, over here there is a haraka here, fatha, and I see alif after that. It tells me there was a waw or ya before it. Okay. So fazadahum marada. How do I analyze this? I simply go to my tool here, this one, and I search for this ayah. And alhamdulillah, since I know this, it's on the page 4 of the Surah Al-Baqarah. It says over here, fi qulubihim maradun fazadahumullahu marada. So we click on this word fazada and look, do we find ajwaf yawi or wawi?
Yai.
Okay. Then what do we see here? Zada yazidu. Which rule is it from Bab Nasara? Ya, za, ya, dal. Is it from Bab Nasara?
Yeah.
So do we have Zada here because of rule number 1?
Yes.
Yazidu, rule number 2.
Yeah.
Zaidun, the rule we learned about Ismul Fa'il.
Yeah.
And Mazidun, because of the rule of Ismul Maf'ul. Yes? Yes?
Yes, brother.
Ismail Maful, yeah.
Okay, good. Now let's look at the next ayah. What is the meaning of fi kulubi him marad fazadahum marada? What is the meaning here?
In their heart.
In their heart is disease.
Yeah.
So what has Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did? He increases their disease. He has increased them in their disease. उर्दू में हम क्या कहते हैं? ज़्यादा. ज़्यादा का क्या मतलब होता है? More. So ज़्यादा, increased. If fazadahumullahu marada, is this a verbal sentence?
Yes.
Yes. So Allah increased them in their disease. So Allah, this so is coming from the fa. Zada is increased. Hum, their, Allah, and marada. Marada in their disease. Is that making sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
So who's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talking about? The munafiqeen.
Munafiqs.
Okay. Mada aradallahu bihada mathala. This is also from Surah Al-Baqarah. The word we are interested in, arada. Do we see the alif here and the maqabal we see fatha?
Yeah.
Okay. So if we go to our tool, we know that it is another few pages, and then we will see this information. Right after the story of Adam alayhi salam. No, not before. Okay, let's see if I can find it. Wantum talamun. Maybe the next page. Okay. Okay, yes, this one here. Inna Allaha la yastahyi an yadriba mathalam ma ba'udatan fama fawqaha. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not shy away from mentioning the examples of a mosquito or a fly. But the people who, allazina kafaru, the people who disbelieve, fayakuluna, what do they say? Mada aradallahu bihada mathala. Why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what does he want from this? Arada, look at the word. Ra, Waw, and Dal. Is this ajwaf wawi?
Yes.
Okay. It's from Bab Ifti'al, but when you apply it, if you see the Dhamma here, the Fatha, then the Waw or Ya will change into Alif. So it is coming from that, inshallah. Okay, the rule applies if you put it in the pattern. Let's see the next word. What did Allah intended by this as an example? Okay. A'udhu billahi an akuna minal jahilin. In this ayah, we have two ajwaf. One of them is a'udhu and one of them is akunu or akuna. Okay, I'm giving you the answers already, but are you guys able to figure this out or not yet?
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Right? A'udhu billahi an akuna minal jahilin. This is also from Surah Al-Baqarah. Okay? I seek refuge in Allah from being among the ignorant. Jahilin, ignorant. And being among is akuna. Kana yakunu akuna. What siga is akuna? Siga number 13. Madi or Mudare? Mudare. Mudare.
Mudare.
Okay. A'udhu. This is also Mudare. Siga number 13. I seek. Okay. What is billahi? Jar majroor. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you look at over here, if you go back, and we are looking at ayah number 67. So we have to go to 67. The only thing I don't like about this tool that I cannot go to the ayah. I have to go through this paging. So that's the only part I don't like. Okay. Where is it? Ayah number 67. 58, 59. We have to go one more page. Okay. Qala a'udhu billahi an akuna min al-jahilin. A'udhu, ain, waw, dal. From Bab Nasara. Aza ya'uzu. So Aza, why we have alif here? Because of rule number 1. When you make the 14 the gardan, the 13 will be a'udhu. Yes?
Yes.
But that will be from Bab Mudare. Okay, because this is a'udhu. Okay, let's take a look at akuna or akunu. Then it is kana yakunu. And akunu is siga number 13, fi'lul mudari. Okay. Look in this one ayah or on this page. Let's look at how many words we can find from ajwaf. Okay. I'm just gonna go the one I know, and the one are over here is maybe fakulna. We know about that, right? Fakulna. Kunu. Yes. Qala. And I'm only showing you the one we have covered today in the class so that we don't have to worry too much. Qala, qalu, qala. A'udhu, akunu. Qala, yakulu. Now tell me, if you are able to understand those 14 variations, don't you think that now I can understand this akunu, I'm talking about myself, first person. Yakulu, third person. A'udhu, first person. Kunu. What is kunu? Third person. Okay. So test yourself through this tool and look on one page how many ajwaf we have. I'm only talking about the one I know. I mean, if I go into anywhere else, maybe I'll find more. But you know, like this word tu'miruna. This is, which one is this? Mahmuz. Mahmuzul fa. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. All right. What is awanu? Is it ajwaf, awanu? Ajwaf wawi?
Wow.
Okay. So imagine if on this one page you have so many iteration of ajwaf, then knowing ajwaf is important or useless?
Important.
Okay, look at this. Khawfun. Is this from khafa yakhafu? Khif, khaifun. Do we recognize from today's session khafa yakhafu, khaifun?
Yes.
Okay. So mashallah, we covered quite a bit today in our class. Let's go back. Where are we? I think I was in.
You're right here, I think.
Right here. Okay. The next ayah. وَإِذْ جَعَلْنَا الْبَيْتَ مَصَابَةً لِلنَّاسِ. Now this word masaba, this is ajwab. Al-Baqarah 125. So if you go to this tool again, for 125, let's go jump to 15. Let's see if we can get to 125. That's 91. So we may have to go maybe 19. 125, right? One more page. 125. And we made this house a central place for people for and peace. Masabatan. Okay. Masabatan. Fa, wow, ba. Is it ajwaf wawi?
Yeah.
Okay. Masabatan, fail or noun?
Noun.
Noun.
Noun. Okay. Saba, yathubu. Thub. Sa'ibun. Mathubun. We can find four things from our lesson today. Madi, Saba, because of rule number 1. Yasubu, rule number 2. Thaibun, the rule of ismul fa'il. Masubun, the rule of ism maf'ul. A quick show of hands that you guys are understanding this.
Yeah.
Okay. Now imagine we are out of time already, and I have like 14 or 15 examples from the Quran. Okay. Again, we ran out of time. We have this one, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay. Now imagine if I don't have any more sessions, how do I cover this? And by the way, covering this is important or not important?
Important.
Right?
So much important.
So much important. So today, at least we covered at least up to number 4. But I mean, I want to give to you as a homework, but I don't know who's going to do the homework. You will have this document.
I think, Brother Abid.
Yeah.
You can give us ayah number and we are going to find out, okay, which one.
Right here. When you open this document next time,
we will do
look at the ayah number is right here. Right? So I would like you to go to this website, Easy Quranic Arabic, and the way I showed you how to find the ayah, just find it and look at it yourself. Okay? So do this homework, inshallah. In this one is fal yastajibu li wali yu'minu bi. So fal yastajibu is probably what we are interested in. Okay? Ayah number 186. And where is it coming from? Remember when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about Ramadan, and in the end of the ayah says, tell my servant that when somebody calls me, I listen, I answer right away. And what does he ask in return? Listen to me and I'll yastajibu. I will listen to you, but you need to follow me too. You need to have belief in me, and you respond to my by obedience. Yeah. So again, I think we all should have such a close relationship with the Quran and so much familiarity with the Quran by repeating it again and again, reading it again and again. The moment you see the ayah, a lot of things come in your head. Where the ayah is, how quickly you can find in the Quran, what is it talking about, what is the context, when was it revealed, what was the background. Each one of us needs to have that relationship with the Quran. Okay? If you're missing that, then wallahi, you're not doing yourself a favor. This is the part where should we feel regret. And how can you overcome this? Give more time to the Quran, read it, understand it, and listen to the lectures, listen to the history, listen to the details of the Quran. Yeah? Okay, so Jazakallahu khairan for giving me the extra time. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika wa tabarakasmuka wa ta'ala jadduka wa la ilaha ghayruk. Now, did I?
No,
I think my mind went away. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika wa nashhadu la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa iyyakum. Assalamu alaikum.
MashaAllah.